we have in this game Hadrian in the red playing as the Magyars. I think this is the first Magyar outing we've seen in this tournament so far. And TomBombadil as the Ethiopians. Actually, two less common picks for civs. Both of them going for fairly expected. Heavy on the hurtables right off the bat. Let me zoom out real fast here. So, Ethiopians and Magyars. Ethiopians have been played twice in the last 5 years, Magyars 4 times, both with a 50% win rate, for what it's worth. And actually, yeah, that's basically all we know about them. For, you know, this like internal stats situation. 141 for you guys. Wow, incredible. Central Time dedicated gamers and watchers. I love that. Silly Seth, you have my heart. Ethiopians, unique unit. Shotel Warrior. Kind of similar to the World Raider. Cheap spam unit with high attack. Probably even more spammy, actually, if I remember right. But it's been a long time. I think I've maybe seen Ethiopians like twice in a game played or watched. Magyar Hussar for the Magyars, which is the just like better scout cav upgrade, like light cav line. Very good if you're dealing with siege or anything like that. We might see a feudal rush from these Magyars. Very strong siege from the Ethiopians actually, so that might even come into play. Alright. This is an open map. This is Arabia. Both players.
Looks like Magyars have access to quite a considerable amount of technology. They get paladins, they get champions. They don't get much in the way of chemistry or gunpowder, I don't think. But that's a pretty nice showing, at least, to have early on. That way you know you can lean into either one of those units.
Okay. That's pretty
Doesn't look
good.
like Siege goes too far either. Capped Ram or Onager, Heavy Scorpion.
Interesting.
Heavy Cav Archers, though, especially on an open map like this, that might be really strong.
Yeah, Cav Archers plus those Magyar Hussars definitely going to be the more reactionary run around the maps of these two.
Yeah, both do get Arbalisters. It looks like the Ethiopians get Cavaliers, but no Paladins. So we do have potential Hussar wars.
Okay.
But they do have significantly improved siege. So we're talking siege rams, siege onager.
Yeah, if these players, hang on, I'm just picking up this plate. If these players, you know, play to the Civ's strengths, like I don't know how much they know about these civilizations, but if they do, I'm expecting to see siege from the Britain or from the Ethiopians from TomBombadil here. Going for that second boar. Man, Stream Elements is a bit of a spammer. I gotta like dial that down in the chat. Scouting, we're just doing circles for TomBombadil. TomBombadil, by the way, player insider history information here. Canadian, one of 2 Canadian, one of 3 Canadians, but one of them lives in Los Angeles now. One of 3 Canadians in this tournament. We've got pretty good representation. Next week, I think I'll add like how each like state is doing so far. I think that would be pretty interesting. Just a pretty clean boar here. No villagers lost on either side yet.
Is that both boars? It looks to be both boars.
Yeah, he's taking both at the same time. You don't see that every day.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna decompose a little bit.
Well, now, if I'm not mistaken, they only decompose whenever a villager isn't touching them, correct?
My understanding was that they just decompose constantly after they get killed until they're gone.
Gotcha. So that's why you got to have as many villagers on them as possible to try and stop that decomposition. That makes sense. I think you're probably more correct here.
Okay, Silly Seth backing me up. He's got my back. Soon to be best chatter in the whole chat room, that guy. We're getting on to these berries a little bit, getting our diversification set up just in case we run out. Yeah, there's like one more quail. I keep calling them quail. They sound like quail a little bit when they die. One more goose. And all right, we'll see where these players pivot to after those resources are used up. So, pause. I'm a little bit out of practice with Age of Empires 2, but
you've moved on to 4.
You got any thoughts?
You've left us.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've abandoned. I've abandoned.
How could you?
As the current expert in this voice call, do you got any ideas on what like the standard like build order would be here? Like, is it just all on food?
No, it really depends upon what you're going to try and do. If you're going to try and boom, there is a couple of very standard build orders. You'll go 6 villagers to sheep, 4 to wood, 1 will pull a boar, then you'll have 1 wander off, make houses, and then make a mill. Then you'll send 3 more to berries, you'll send 1 off to mine gold, and then 1 to make barracks, a house, and then to wood to make essentially enough militia to defend yourself. You're just trying to prevent a rush. But that's really where things get interesting, because if you wanted to rush, and this actually looks like the rush is coming now, you can just keep those villagers on gold, which it looks like TomBombadil's currently doing. So he's got 5 on gold and only has 2 on food, and I don't like that a whole lot. But it does also appear that the Ethiopians lean heavily archer, so he's likely just going to do a little bit of harass because he's got that standard build order into essentially gold and wood production.
It does seem like he knows what's going on with this civ right now, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Villagers being pulled off, wood line being threatened, and he's got the upgrade. So they upgraded the man-at-arms before they got to the other town center, which is exactly what you want to do. Absolutely.
This is, actually really impressive stuff from TomBombadil.
Yeah,
I've seen him play a couple of games recently, but well done.
Absolutely, like, if you can time the upgrades to happen as your units are moving across the map, that's really going to be, best bang for your buck there. When you start moving into specialization, though, I've seen a lot of people who archer rush just almost entirely skip food. You just go wood gold and then kind of play catch up with food after you've done your harass. So we might actually see that out of TomBombadil here, because I think
he's rallying to food now.
He is on food now.
Blacksmith. This is definitely looking like more of an archer feudal all-in.
Yeah. And you have dropped the gold down to 1, though. I don't think that's probably going to be the best, but if you're trying to crank out a couple of buildings to get to castle, then that's probably what you're shooting for.
Okay, this might be a castle play.
There's a great video. You mentioned Spirit of the Law earlier. Great video he does on that build order. Basically, what do you do with the first 15 or 16 villagers, I think. Absolutely stellar for anybody who's looking to get into the game. And a good thing to go back to if it's been a while since you've played.
Yeah, maybe I should check that out. Going in for the raid with the man-at-arms here. This scout might get picked off. Yeah,
the scout. I don't know the spearmen, though. Are they on stand? Ooh, they're on stand ground instead of defensive. Oh, cost you.
Yeah, one of these men-at-arms wasn't attacking for a little bit, so the trade is better for red than it should be. But, okay. Still going to keep those units in, and here's the feudal, definitely looking like an archer all-in.
Yep.
We've moved more villagers. I think he's probably just rallying to gold at this point.
Yeah. Might be rallying to gold, might be rallying to wood, but it has stayed at 11, so I think you're correct.
And red is just like whiplashed right now. Like, the first man-at-arms came in at 12 minutes, and he doesn't know what to do. He's just trying to wall up with these buildings, but the archers are going to be like another 1-2 punch right now. First man-at-arms, you're trying to counter those guys, and then you get archers out.
Plus, that's enough archers to kill a unit
there it is.
One shot almost. What is that, 8? Looks to be 8, yeah.
Oh yeah, here we got 8 archers.
I think the golden
Orchard
number
loom.
is 6 to kill a villager with 1 shot without loom.
Okay. We got a tower here, but it's going to cost them. These villagers do have loom, too. And the one that he's shooting is walking, and he doesn't have the accuracy upgrade, so...
That's good micro, too.
Oh, man. I'm starting to wonder if this tower is even going to go up at all.
Yeah,
Scout
it looks like it's
in.
probably going to get better. But with that much eco damage...
16 villagers dead for red right now.
Oh,
18. That hurts.
that hurts a lot.
Moving into scouts, he did build this stable fairly early, and I like that. I see that the unit counter knowledge is definitely there for Hadrian. He's pretty experienced. Maybe not one of the fastest players, but definitely knows some of the core mechanics here.
Yeah, I think the difficulty is going to be getting into castle because, yeah, there's the GG.
He just called it. Okay.
If you can't get into castle and get knights to deal with those archers before they become crossbowmen, you're kind of stuck because skirmishers don't really get good until you have elite skirmishers. So I can understand the frustration. I can understand the GG. I don't know. It seems a little early to GG, but
I guess that's like the beauty of the best of 3, right?
Yup,
Just
exactly.
like, okay, well, I'll just go next and maybe I'll be better off in that one.
Right.
But yeah, one going over to right click. TomBombadil, Ethiopians with a textbook archer rush. Maybe, yeah. I mean, that was just great. I don't know.
Yeah. Also interesting, Civ bonus. The archer line fires 18% faster, so that makes sense to do that archer rush with it.
Okay, yeah, that's big.